Guess who's headed back to Walmart because I didn't quite mess with the hair color. It's me, because I know that in the long run I won't be satisfied with the hair color because it's not like, one uniform natural shade of color in my whole head of hair. And I'm reversing out as I'm like constantly looking around. So I'm like, yeah, the long run, I know that I'm not gonna be satisfied. Like, yeah, right now I kind of had my moment where I'm like, this could work, right now it's like new to me, but I'm like, long run, I know that I won't fuck with it. Like, that's not why I wanted it in the first place. So I am headed back to Walmart. I know that I already opened and used and all that, but I'm still hoping that maybe just for me they'll accept the return. But if not, that's okay. I'll buy another box. It was a little under $5 post-tax. However, I won't dye my hair like, this same day. I'm gonna wait like maybe like a week or something. So I'm just scared that, doing too many chemical treatments in a short amount of time could damage my hair or like something else. Cause like even when I was putting on like the hair dye, like an hour ago or however long it has been, I was getting a little scared come like, wait, I don't know how much texturizer I still have in my hair. I don't know how it will react with the hair dye. And it's better to like, this hair dye is better than using bleach because bleach literally strips away the pigment from your hair. I'm still a little worried I'm gonna be rinsing out my hair and I'm gonna see like big chunks of losing hair in the drain. But that didn't happen luckily enough. This is a really good brand for hair dye in terms of like how my hair felt after, because it felt moisturized. It didn't feel dry at all. In fact, it felt like even more moisturized than my hair normally feels. So like their moisturizing hair mask did indeed help. But overall, just didn't mess with how the color ended up on my hair. Like, when I put on like the area that was previously colored up front, and then it ended up giving me some kind of like almost like not exactly like gray brown, but like some kind of like that muddled color. I'm like, I'm not messing with it, and I know that in the long run I won't mess with it because it wasn't like the goal in the first place. I'm like, you know what, since I still have the car and everything, and like, still day one, so I don't have to deal with the whole like 90-day refund or return policy, let me just go back to Walmart and try and see if I can get exchange now, get that confirmation of like, yes, you can exchange it despite being opened and used. Or like, no, sorry, you can't exchange it. Like, for me, it's worth a try. I've tried searching up, like, can I return used hair dye? And like, I've seen like mixed reviews basically, because I've just seen mixed reviews. It makes sense, of course, for places to not accept used, opened and used hair dye because of like beauty stuff, and they can return the used beauty stuff as a no-go. I'm still worth a try. I know the cost will accept like basically anything, but this isn't cost for this is a Walmart. But we'll see how it goes. I'm very close to the location. That's less than a few minutes away, and I'm really hoping that they'll accept it because I kind of want the money back rather than spending like extra money. Worth a try. Guess who got a return? I didn't. I can go back and get this specific color, no, silk and black, but the option was midnight blue, which I don't want, so I guess I'll do black. But at least I know that for sure black has to, actually make my hair dark for real this time. So how that dark brown hair dye gave me like more so I guess like some kind of brown result on the previously dyed part of my hair rather than like dark brown. So what I did with that, I asked ChatGPT, like the way that P and B sound the same because they're both plosive. If I say B, if I ever say ChatGPT, I mean to say ChatGPT. It's just like saying it quickly, it sounds like B. So I feel like it might be a pet peeve that some people have when they hear B instead of P. So just putting that out there. But so I just shorten it to chat sometimes. So like I asked chat like oh like why did that happen? Then chat was like that's when color theory struck again, because chat was like, when you bleached your hair like the first time, like a month ago, you bleached it blonde, what you did with that, you removed the warm color pigments from your hair. So like you removed the reds and oranges from your hair, which doesn't indeed check out because I bleached my hair twice like months ago. Because the first time that I did it gave me like more so of an orange blonde color, so I bleached it again to get more of a blonde color. So I definitely removed the warm pigments from my hair. So like since I removed like those warm pigments, and then also like when I did the blue after, like that's a cool color, so I further deviated away from the warm colors. So like when I did do the brown, because like there wasn't any type of like red or like warm pigments for the color to hold on to, that's why I got that kind of like almost ashy looking brown color. So chat was like, okay, I can give you two solutions. Like, tell me, are you willing to like do an extra step before you do the black box hair dye? Like, are you willing to like put some of the warm pigmented colors back in, or do you still want to go straight to the black box hair dye? And why did it with that? I'm like, wait, actually I just remembered, I still have the like the red temporary hair color by the brand Adore. I still have it. This one is in the color crimson. I also have red cherry, or like dark red cherry, or wild cherry, whatever it's called, but it has cherry in the name. So I have that too. I did it from years ago. Like, this is what I used before I started college, so it's been a couple years I've had it, but I'm like, as long as the color still looks about the same and I'm not seeing any clumps in the solution, I'll still use it. So anyways, I remembered I still had the red color, because otherwise I might just have to go straight to black despite like despite like what could possibly happen. Because Charles like, oh, if you go straight to black without using like any type of warm color pigment in between, I'm like, should I slow down with my explanation? Because like sometimes I talk quickly, but it's like, you know what, you might just have to keep up. But anyways, if I should go straight to black without doing like the warm color in between, what happened is that I risked the color coming out as like almost some kind of like weird dark green. Like, you know, the area where it was like previously dyed, or like how the color, the black could end up looking almost like splotchy or like uneven. So chat was like, okay, if you want better results, you should definitely do some kind of a warm pigment color in between, but you could also go straight to black. These are the specific instructions they're going to do it. But I'm like, you know what, I remember I have the red, so like, let's go down the warm pigment path. So that's what we're going to do. So like chat told me, so like, Child was like, okay, great. Child was like, okay, you have crimson and dark red cherry, right? Use crimson instead. And what you want to do is that you want to put it on only the dyed or the previously dyed portion of the hair. Leave it on for around like 10-20 minutes, if I recall correctly. I wrote it down in my notes app, so like I know, but like, you know, just gonna recall it right now. So like do that on like only that part of the hair for about 10-20 minutes. Rinse it out with cool water. Don't shampoo. And, like, check the color after it has dried a little, because like when your hair is damp, it looks darker than it actually is. So like check it out like after it has dried a little. It doesn't have to be completely dry, just like a little dried. Not like soaking wet either. Definitely not, of course. And the goal is to get some kind of like maybe like a reddish brown or like a little red, but I don't want it to be like full on like firehouse red. The goal is just to get a little red back in. And then after that, I'm supposed to wait like 1 or 2 days before I do the black box hair dye. That's when like things should turn out well, because you know I've returned the red pigment back to my hair. So like, you know, color theory should balance out. So yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. Right now, today is Friday, so I'm gonna do this, you know, Friday morning. It's like about 10:30 a.m. and I'll keep you guys updated. I almost forgot to get gloves, not gonna lie. I was like, oh, it's gonna stain me so bad. So I have my gloves right here. And I'm gonna get this done while it's still morning, you know. And I'll end up like doing the black box hair dye maybe on Monday. So it'll be actually 3 days instead of just like the 1 or 2 days like they suggested. Also, if I do on Monday, that means it'll have had been a week since like me waiting between box dyes. I did the dark brown just this past Monday, so if I wait like, you know, this upcoming Monday, I'll give it a week. Because I also did ask Chat like how long to wait like between doing box dyes, and Chat was like generally like at least 2 weeks. Also depends on like how your hair feels. Like, you know, if it's more damaged, do longer than 2 weeks. But if it's like normal, do about 2 weeks. So, you know, I feel like I'm fine with 1 week. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna red on this part of my hair. I also hope I don't get it on like my clothes. So I'm like probably should have taken that into consideration, but at least I'm noticing it like right now before I actually start putting the color on. But I'll be fine. Like I don't think I'll get it on my clothes, because it's just like only a small part of hair. Like, you know, I've done this before, so it's not like new to me. Also, because I'm not gonna take a full-on shower when I rinse it out. Yeah, I'll just like grab the detachable shower head and use on that part of the hair, and make sure that my towel is nearby, so that way like once I finally get up from there, it's not gonna drip onto the floor or like my clothes, you know, like where it shouldn't go. Long story short. Alright, it's been a few minutes ever since I put the color on my hair. It actually low-key looks nice, but I'm like, I just like at this point, like I just want like one uniform hair color throughout my hair, and I want my natural hair color because I low-key miss it. Like, you know, I've been looking back at like photos, I'm like, damn, I miss when I used to have a front of, you know, my hair, also my natural hair color. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this on for like maybe at this point, since it's already been a couple minutes, about 10 more minutes-ish, and then I'll rinse it out and see how it looks. But I'm low-key messing with it like as of right now. But we'll see like how it looks after we wash it out. Like, do I need to do it again? You know, something like that. Alright, so this is my hair after washing it and letting it mostly dry. So I'll say that I left the hair color on for about 15 minutes because I got distracted by using my phone and other stuff. So yeah, then I rinsed it out with cold water like they said, no shampoo. However, I did use some kind of like hair moisturizing mask on my whole head of hair because my hair did low-key feel dry. With this kind of filter on, like, you know how it blurs the background, you kind of can't see. I mean, you still see the color, but like it depends on how I stand. Like at one point I thought that kind of looked like you couldn't see. So when I look at it in the mirror over here, I'm like, this color looks brighter than I expect. So when I rinse it out and like I let it dry and everything, I'm like, this color seems like a bit too bright than like what we actually want. Because like we said that we wanted some kind of like maybe like pinkish color, reddish brown, or like kind of like almost like some kind of like light red-ish type of color, not like firehouse red. And like while this isn't like firehouse Wendy's red, it's also not like the red that like chat gave me the example of. But I think that I'll still be fine. I got some dye on my hands. I'll be fine. Also some on the bathroom sink. I'm gonna clean the bathroom today. I'm gonna be a good person, clean the bathroom, clean the hair dry and whatnot. But anyways, I'm pretty sure that I'll still be fine if I put the black over this type of red color, because you know black is a deep pigment, so like it basically covers everything up. And because I know that for sure, at least now I for sure brought back the red or like the warm colors back to my hair. And also I don't know if it's just me because like the mirror's over here, right? So like when I look at it, you know, to me like this side looks darker or like more of like what I was actually going for than like this side. Hold on, let me change like my camera setting, or like let me actually just move the camera so maybe we can see. Actually, this is not helping. I'm trying to get like where the light is shining, but like get it on my hair so if I feel like on camera it looks darker. And like that's not what I'm seeing in the mirror. If you look on this side, the hair looks darker, like more of what I was going for. Whereas this one looks lighter, more of like, you know, the red I didn't quite want. So I also don't know if it's because of the lighting. Like when I stand over there in the mirror, the lighting comes from here, so I can see more of the light reflecting over here and hitting this part, which is what can possibly make it seem lighter. And also because I think that, I don't know, but maybe I cut this part shorter than like this side, so that way like when I'm pulling the hair, I'm looking over here, I see more of like my natural hair color and like less of the previously dyed part, so like it just all looks darker overall. But anyways, I'm gonna moisturize my hair. So it's mostly dry by now because I just sat with a towel on my head for a bit while scrolling on my phone. So I'm at a point where like I definitely want to put moisture back in my hair, because right now I just like washed it, did that little like hair treatment conditioner thing, but I didn't like actually put in like a leave-in conditioner or like oil at this point. So what I want to do now is like put that in my hair, and then like I'll be back with you guys in a few more days to do the black hair dye. I'm not sure if I'll make a separate video because like so far in looking at my head, I'm like, okay, like this part of the video, or like this video is gonna be like me returning the kit back to Walmart, getting the black box hair dye, and then doing the black box hair dye. But then as I think about it, now that I mentioned like the proper color theory and then having to do the red filler hair color in between, I'm gonna have to cut the video off here and then make the black box hair dye different video. I don't know yet. We'll see, wherever we see.